She was 12 years old when the world discovered her talent. With a shaved head and minimal dialogue in the first episode, her raw emotion captivated audiences worldwide. Stranger Things became a global phenomenon practically overnight, and Millie Bobby Brown transformed into one of the most recognized young actors on the planet. The youngest person ever nominated for a Primetime Emmy. Magazine covers, talk shows, millions of followers hanging on her every word and appearance. But success at such a young age comes with challenges that deserve our attention and understanding. Behind the glamour and accolades lies a more complex story about what it means to grow up under the world's watchful eye. The journey to stardom. Millie Bobby Brown was born in Spain in 2004 to British parents. Her family moved frequently during her early childhood, from Spain to England, then across the Atlantic to Florida. They faced significant financial challenges, living paycheck to paycheck while trying to provide for their children. But Millie showed exceptional acting ability from an early age, a natural talent that couldn't be ignored. By 8 years old, she was auditioning professionally. Her family recognized her potential and made enormous sacrifices to support her dreams. They relocated to Los Angeles, the heart of the entertainment industry, to pursue opportunities. It meant leaving behind stability, spending money they couldn't afford to lose, and betting everything on a child's talent. For years, it seemed like that bet wouldn't pay off. Rejection after rejection, audition after audition, leading nowhere. But the family persisted. Then, in 2015, 11-year-old Millie auditioned for a new Netflix series called Stranger Things. The role required something unusual. The actress would need to shave her head completely. Most 11-year-old girls would hesitate or refuse outright. Millie said yes without hesitation. When the show premiered in July 2016, it became more than just a hit. It became a cultural phenomenon. Millie, at 12 years old, became the breakout star, earning Emmy and Golden Globe nominations in her first major role. Critics compared her to acclaimed actors like Jodie Foster and Natalie Portman, legendary performers known for their childhood work. This high praise brought validation, but it also brought immense pressure for someone so young. The comparisons weren't just compliments, they were expectations, standards to live up to, a legacy to match before she'd even become a teenager. The challenges of young fame. When Millie became famous, concerning patterns emerged that highlight broader issues in how society treats young performers. The internet, which celebrated her talent, also became a source of inappropriate attention. There were disturbing online discussions about a minor that no child should experience. The entertainment industry sometimes failed to maintain appropriate boundaries. In interviews and public appearances, young Millie faced questions that would be inappropriate for any other child her age. Talk show hosts asked 12-year-old Millie about dating and crushes, topics adults wouldn't discuss with a random child, but somehow became acceptable because cameras were rolling. The fame exemption creates uncomfortable dynamics that deserve scrutiny and change. We've created a system where being on television suspends normal rules of how we interact with children. Millie handled public life with remarkable professionalism, always maintaining composure. She smiled through interviews, engaged with fans graciously, and represented her show with maturity beyond her years. But that professionalism was a survival skill developed out of necessity rather than choice. In 2020, when she turned 16, Millie shared honest reflections about growing up in the public eye. She spoke candidly about the impact of inappropriate attention throughout her early career. Her vulnerability revealed the hidden cost of childhood fame. Lessons about childhood and fame. Millie Bobby Brown is now 20 years old. She continues her acting career and has spoken openly about the realities of childhood fame, missing typical school experiences, losing normalcy, and navigating adult responsibilities during formative years when identity is still developing. When someone becomes famous at 12, development happens under intense public scrutiny. Every awkward phase becomes public property. Millie transitioned from auditions to global recognition overnight. She went from a child in a struggling family to conducting international press tours, walking red carpets, and being interviewed by adults with decades more experience. She worked demanding schedules that would challenge most adults. 12-hour shooting days, night shoots, weekend work, all while her peers attended middle school and figured out who they wanted to be. She carried responsibility for a major franchise. If her performance faltered, the entire show could suffer. She navigated complex contract negotiations worth millions, all before she could legally drive. The pressure came from multiple directions. Her family's financial situation improved dramatically due to her success. The show's performance and hundreds of crew jobs depended on her work. She took on business ventures, production roles, and brand partnerships. She launched a beauty line, became a UNICEF ambassador, and started production companies. By 16, she had professional responsibilities exceeding those of many middle-aged adults. Creating better systems. Millie's experience reflects patterns seen throughout entertainment history. Young performers often receive celebration and opportunity, but insufficient protection and guidance. The industry sometimes places children in adult situations, allows inappropriate public discourse, and normalizes demanding schedules that would concern us in any other context. This pattern has affected many talented young people across generations. The names change, the shows change, but the fundamental challenges remain remarkably consistent. The entertainment world embraced a 12-year-old's extraordinary talent. The question is whether we adequately protected the child behind that performance. Millie Bobby Brown is now navigating adulthood and discovering her identity beyond fame she achieved before fully understanding its implications. Until we reform how young performers are supported and protected, similar challenges will continue. How do we celebrate young talent while properly protecting childhood? What systems ensure young performers receive age-appropriate treatment and maintain healthy development? These questions matter for Millie and for every talented young person entering the entertainment industry.